My wife's best friend of 45 years recently passed away. Due to some internal issues with her friend's family, she changed her will and left her house to my wife. We have no idea the status of the mortgage on the house or if there is even a mortgage. I really have no idea how this is going to play out with my wife getting the house. Can anyone shed some light on how this all works? I know this is really an open-ended question, but I really have no idea how this is going to work.
Start with the obvious. Who is handling the estate? Lawyer, friend, family member? Get a copy of the will and any trust documents. Find out if and where the estate is being administered. Likely the county where the friend lived. Get online and see if the estate has been opened. Look in the probate court for the county. Do a name search there. Get copies of everything filed. Do a search of the title records for the property. Frankly, I would suggest hiring a title company to do the search. The property ultimately needs to be deeded over to your wife anyway, so a title policy is a very good idea. The search is really a title commitment. Basically, the title insurance company will go through the various records recorded or on file with the county where the property is located. They will then give you a list and ask for copies of everything recorded with the county affecting the property. Big things to look for. Other recorded claims to the property. Liens, mortgages. Is there a deceased spouse? Anyone else on the title? For any mortgage loan or other liens, find out if there is any unpaid amount still owed. Fairly often a loan can be paid, but the mortgage is not discharged, so it sits out there. The title company will spell out what needs to be done to get the property in your wife's name. It will say things like, record deed from appointed personal representative to your wife. Ask the title company to prepare any transfer documents they will need. This way you will get exactly what the title company wants and won't have to negotiate over wording later. If the estate is not yet opened, there may not be anyone to sign things yet. Again though, it is way easier if you get what the title company wants. Now, that assumes there are no real title issues like a stray name that should have been dealt with 10 years ago. If that is the case, and it is not that unusual, it likely will be much easier to have an attorney handle things. Ultimately, you are looking to get the property conveyed by the estate to your wife and have the title in your wife's ownership insured by the title company. Then, your wife can do whatever with the property. Also, right away, have the title company confirm the property tax status. Are the taxes current? If in arrears, how much? You need to know this ASAP. You do not want to lose the property due to unpaid property taxes, even if you pay what is needed to keep the property from being lost. ASAP on this issue. You can likely check the status online at the county. If any amount is unpaid, and certainly there will be current year taxes, that is a general obligation of the estate. Understand what is included in the bequest, which is why getting copies of relevant documents is important. Real property should include all fixtures, such as furnaces, air conditioners, fans, but may not include things like refrigerators and ovens. Any mortgage is also a debt of the estate, and, depending on the specific language of the will or trust, might have to be paid before or when the estate conveys the property to your wife. Example, the deceased may have paid for life insurance to pay off all debts when she died, and if no one checks, that might not be done. So check. If you need to hire an attorney, look for one with estate planning probate experience. Pay by the whore, not contingency.
Thanks for the advice. Here's a little more information about the situation. We live in the northeast of the U.S. Wife's best friend was in Texas. She was never married and never had children. We're really in the dark about the details of the will and executor. It was just never something my wife talked with her about because, honestly, she never assumed she was getting anything of value, perhaps just some personal affects, but that's about it. Her friend asked her 3-4 months ago if she would want the house. My wife said that was fine if that's what she wanted to do. About a month ago, her friend confirmed she updated her will and named my wife as the recipient of the house. Long story short, there's a sister-in-law involved in this that has been literally waiting for her to die to get her hands on her house and money. The will was updated to direct anything of value away from this woman.